So welcome back to Dawn Guard, Mikey. Really
Yay.
quickly for the
Oh,
people,
my Dawn Guard boys. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
for the people watching from home, really quickly, if you want to introduce yourself.
Oh, yes. My name is Mikey Newman. I used to work on video games, like Borderlands. Like I was a writer and voice actor in that game and artist, I guess. Then I became a YouTuber in my late 30s. That's
I mean, that's a great career
Well,
path for most people. Yeah, I mean,
But what is your YouTube, Mikey?
yeah, it's called Movies of Mikey. We run a channel called FilmJoy. I run it with my partner Tara. We edit 2 shows, Movies of Mikey and Deep Dive, and the goal of FilmJoy is to make people talk nice about movies. I don't know. We're trying to be positive and like not make everyone feel bad all the time.
heck yeah.
It's a good mission.
Yes.
I appreciate it immensely.
Sorry if I'm a little like tired. I got back from Las Vegas last night. I did a talk at the library.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm the only person who ever went to Vegas to do a show at a library.
To go to the
feel great.
No to the Vegas library.
Yeah, I didn't know to. Well, the West Sahara Library is pretty cool, I must say.
You've seen him on FilmJoy. You've seen his work in video games. Now, check out our headliner, Mikey at the Library.
That was pretty accurate of a description, actually.
I just like anytime you get too excited at a librarian, just like, shh.
Yeah, I had to be like, hello, welcome to my talk.
What were you talking about?
That actually is quite funny. I can't show you the thumbnail, but the name of my talk was So You Decided to Be a Content Creator During the End of the World or something. Because like once 2020 rolled around, it was
Big
yeah.
mood.
Well, because
Feel that in the
I know y'all relate to me on that. When the world gets a little squiggy, it's tough. It's tough to be like, anyway, movies, right?
There was a really awkward moment in like April of 2020 when everything shut down. People are like, so how are you doing? Like, well, I'm a content creator and viewership is up like 30 or 40%, across the board for all myself and all of my colleagues. And I don't want to say the end of the world is good for business, but like, I don't know what to tell you.
I felt that the entirety of March 2020, our YouTube graph was going straight up, and then April hit and everybody got real sad. You remember April?
I do.
In May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The dark
Vividly.
months. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Last
viewership
month.
just went straight down. Like, it was wild.
Oof.
Hey, I mean, that's fine. I get it.
It's
People will always go back to YouTube.
I hope that is true. Eventually.
But I really appreciate the positive spin you put on movie reviews, because I didn't realize until you started doing it how much negativity was seeping into my movie brain until I started watching those. It's been great.
The way we think about it is we spend our time thinking about what we enjoy in movies and not spending our time thinking about what we would fix. Because it's like weird if every show is just artists are all wrong and here's how to do it correctly.
Yeah.
Like it's strange. Like, I don't know. I try to meet movies on their level and talk about like where they come from. And I'm seeing a lot of really nice comments in the chat though about Movies of Mikey and Deep Dive. Thank you, chat.
and it's and if there's a movie that is you don't have anything nice to say about, then you don't have to
Then
talk about it.
Watch another movie.
Yeah.
What's been funny is the movies, and I could talk about this one because I did a piece on Speed Racer earlier this year, and like people have been asking for that on Deep Dive and Movies of Mikey for like almost a decade at this point. And that was a movie I like didn't get and didn't really like. And then I finally gave in and I was like, fine, I'll read about Speed Racer. And I found this one interview with Lana Wachowski. and it's clearly like late at night podcast kind of vibe. But she starts talking about James Joyce and Cubism, and I'm like, I'm in. I want to talk.
Nice.
And I landed. Like, I talk about that in the episode, and I've never felt better about landing an episode. Like, because they talk about what that movie is made of, and then I'm like, let's talk about Cubism, baby. My job is interesting sometimes. I have to say that.
Is there any breakout hits that you've been surprised by this year?
This year, the Miyazaki piece, because we had decided, like between me and Tara, February or March, that we were going to do another animation video, and we pencil in Howl's Moving Castle, and then our house got destroyed. I don't know if I'm in our new house. Everything's actually good. Hello, welcome to our rebuilt home.
I'm so happy that's done.
Yeah, us too. It took about 9 months. But we decided to do that, and then our house got destroyed in Cold Mageddon. So we move into an apartment, and I'm making this episode about this guy that moves, like literally lives in a lumbering like domicile, which is exactly what was happening to us as we're moving all over and sleeping on friends' couches and stuff. But like, the point I had to write the ending for that video, and I'm like, okay, so Howl's Moving Castle gets destroyed at the end, and that literally just happened to me. It was like too close to home.
Right.
Oh yeah, if you're wondering in chat, the pipe that runs the length of the house in the attic was old cast iron piping that could not keep up with the no power grid cold, and despite having all of our faucets running, the pipe froze and then broke and then flooded all of the walls, which ruptured and then flooded the house. It's funny now because, again, like, we're back home and I'm happy and everything's fine and I can talk about it. Yeah,
Tragedy plus time.
yeah. Well, now it's a better house than the one before.
Well, that's glad to hear.
Bigger,
Yeah.
faster,
Rebuilt it better
stronger
than
house.
before.
We did. We took out a loan against the house because insurance didn't pay for everything, but it paid for a good start. And me and Tara were like, we want to build the house that we want, like our forever home. So we took out a loan against the house and built our forever home. So now when the world ends, at least we'll be comfortable. Welcome to Desert.
I mean, you were watching Howl's Moving Castle. Like, it's like, what's the idea? It's like, hey, maybe what would be involved? It's like, should we just price out what the putting giant legs on our house would cost? Like,
We did.
Maybe it's cheaper than you think it will be.
Well, I noticed that Howl used like robotic chicken legs, and we did wonder if maybe the more as opposed to like spider style, like Wild Wild West, a modern classic.
Oh yeah, giant mecha spider. I love it.
Do you ascribe to the Wild Wild West or the Howl's Moving Castle school of large moving?
That's the genre only includes those two films.
Yeah, it's the
That's
two.
it.
Yeah, it's the main two.
Yeah.
Yeah.